what is an orthographic projection? We talked about projection of points, lines, and planes. So we are sequentially getting into more and more complicated objects. So final objective will be, at the end of the day, you want to draw solid projections. So till now what we have covered is basically the background to cover solids. So if you are clear with how to project lines or planes in different quadrants, then solid will not be a problem. It should be logically, you should follow the same process. Okay. So we'll talk about different types of solids and how to draw them. So let us begin with type of solids. Let me. Sorry. So generally, solids we can mainly classify in two types: right solid or oblique solid. Right solid is basically where your axis is perpendicular to the base, and oblique is where it is inclined at some angle. So for this course, the examples that we are taking, we are mostly focusing on right solids. Okay, but we'll just go through what are the different types and how do we define them, and then we'll talk about how to make them in orthographic projections. So in the subsequent slides, we'll go on defining these solids, and we'll look at some of the examples for various types of solids. So first we can talk about platonic solid. So this is basically regular convex polyhedron. It could be a cube, it could be a tetrahedron or octahedron, but these are sorry, these are general regular shaped polyhedrons. Okay, so I hope you all have you're clear what is this. Mostly for our exercises, we will be taking some examples for cube to keep it simple. The idea is to our focus will be to understand how to make projection, not to just make something complicated, but to understand how this can be projected in a orthographic plane in different types of views. Another object of interest is prism. So this is basically a polyhedron with n-sided polygonal bases. So the base could be a triangle or a square or any polygon. It could be pentagon or hexagon, and sides will be rectangles. These faces are all rectangles, right? This you must have seen. And again, we are first talking about right solids. So your axis is at a right angle with this base. It is not inclined, but it is perpendicular. Similarly, we have another solid which is called pyramid. So again, the base is a polyhedron. Okay, it could be triangle, square, pentagon, or anything, but the sides are triangles. For all these examples, if you see, these sides are triangles, and we finally get one apex and axis of symmetry will be there. Axis, base. So these are some standard features which I'm not going into much of detail, but you can have a look on those slides. So another solids of interest is solids of revolution. Okay, so basically what you do is you take a plane and then you revolve that plane along a axis. Okay, so let us say this is the axis. If you just rotate this, revolve this plane, you will generate a cylinder. Similarly, if you have a triangle, if you rotate it about an axis, it will form a cone. Or if you have a semicircle, you rotate it about its diameter, it will generate a sphere. So these are solids of revolution. Now we can also briefly talk about oblique solids. So basically what we have discussed so far, they were all at right angles. The axis is at right angle with the base. Now if the axis is inclined, then it will be known as oblique solids. Same type of solids what we have already discussed, but at different angles, that's all. Another interesting solid is frustum. Okay, it could be of a pyramid or a cone. So basically what you do is you create a pyramid and then you cut off the top portion, the apex is removed, and then it is known as frustum. Similarly, you can do it for a cone also. If you remove the top portion, which is here, then what is left with you is, this is called frustum. For example, in your homes you might be having bucket. So if you just do it upside down, that will form the shape of a bucket. Now let us talk about projection. How do we project these? So a solid could be oriented in various ways. Axis could be perpendicular to, parallel to horizontal plane or vertical plane, or it could be inclined. So we'll go through these examples in subsequent slides. So before we go to example, let us take a look at some examples. Let us have a look at some real world objects. So what is this shape? Can anyone tell me?
Pyramid.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is a pyramid. So you are looking at the pyramid from certain direction where you are looking at the edge. Okay, so this is what view? Front view, top view.
And
This is the front view. Now, when I'm talking about first angle projection, to be clear. So this is the front view. Now, what about top view? So I can get a top view from Google Images. Okay. So look carefully how this top view is drawn in correspondence to this front view. Okay, these are not like exact matches because I have taken from Google Maps and all, but there is something that I just want to highlight in this slide. Okay, for that let us take another example. So this is another pyramid shaped object. This is made of glass. So it has, we are also looking at the front view, but it has some other orientation. Okay. Now if you look at the top view, can you see the difference in the top view of these two pyramids? Can anyone tell me what is the difference in the top view, or why is it different, or is it same? Anyone? Is it look same or not, or different?
same. Same.
Little bit different.
Yeah. So what is that little bit?
I mean, the top in the first diagram is a little bit bulge out. I mean, it seems to have a bulge out, but in the second one, it didn't seem to.
Not exactly bulge out. So basically, if you look carefully, what you are facing. So you are standing in front of this edge. This is the edge, right? Let me get a pen. So this is the edge. I am standing in front of that edge. Here, I am standing basically in front of a side. I am standing in front of a triangle. Okay, this is a triangle. I am standing in front of that. Now that is what I am seeing in this top view. So this is corresponding to that. So top view I am looking at, this is a triangle, whereas here I am standing in front of this edge. So that is what I am getting in my top view. So these views need to be made correspondingly. If you are facing an edge, you will see an edge in the top view in the front, in that corresponding direction. Whereas if I am facing a edge, I am facing a side here, I am facing a triangle basically. So that triangle I am looking at the top view. That is the difference. So I think if this is clear, then it should be logical for the next slide. Anyone who is not clear on this slide, what is the difference between these two images? Tell me. I will repeat again. If this is clear, then rest of the lecture is quite straightforward.
Can you please explain once again? Yes.
Sure. So let me remove the lines and draw again. Okay. So these two are, let us say, same shapes. Okay, these two are pyramids, right? This is also pyramid shape. This is also pyramid shape. Forget about how big or how small, but for our purpose, we can say there are two exactly same shape, two pyramids. Okay. So I'm talking about, basically I'm trying to highlight what here is, you need to focus on the orientation. Okay. So what you see here is when this photo is taken when someone is standing in front of this edge. This is the edge, right? So understand the difference. This is the edge and this is the side. This is a triangle, this is a line, right? So I am standing facing the edge. So that is what I am looking at in the, so I am standing facing this edge, right? That edge is what is visible to me in the top view. It is not located like this. You understand? This is little bit, if you turn it, it will look like this. But here the orientation is I am facing this edge. So that is what I am seeing on the top view. That is how it is. You can see 4 edges. Let me draw them for you. So on the top view you see 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. Similarly here also you will see 4 edges. 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? But you are facing towards this. You are facing towards this face. This is the point of view of the observer or the orientation of this pyramid. Whereas here you are looking at the side edge of this. Okay, let me go to next slide, then I think this will be more clear. So if you look at these 2 examples. Okay, so this is one orientation. This could be another orientation where your this angle is this axis is at some angle. Okay, sorry, the this base is making some angle with the horizontal plane. It could be parallel to the horizontal plane, or it could be making some angle to the horizontal plane or XY axis. So if I go back, this base is parallel to the horizontal plane, is it? And this one is making, let us say, 90 degree with the, here you will draw your XY axis, right? So this is making approximately 90 degree, and this side is, this base is parallel to the XY. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the question is, how do we draw, or what are the steps? So as we discussed, there could be different orientation given to you. So first read the question carefully. What orientation is given? So for the example here, we are talking about axis which is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So it will be standing upright like the pyramid what we have saw in the last slide. So axis will be perpendicular to HP and base will be parallel to HP. Okay. So what is the first thing you'll do? First you obtain the top view, and then we need to project it to obtain the front view. Okay, let us look at these examples. So what is given? A square pyramid of base is given and height is given. Axis is basically the height, right? It is resting on its base on the horizontal plane. So what does it mean? Base is on HP means it will start from here. The distance from HP is 0. It will start from the XY line. Now draw its projection when a side of the base is parallel to VP. So this side is basically parallel. Generally in questions, this distance will also be given, but let us just to keep it simple, I have not included that. So let us say I want to draw a square pyramid with side given. Whose one side of the base is parallel to vertical plane. So just it is a square pyramid. So first you will draw this square. Okay, you know the dimensions. So make a square and then make this diagonals. These are basically corresponding to your edges of the pyramid, what we have seen in the last slide, right? So make a square, ABCD, make the edges. Now be careful. This up to here, this is projection. From here, this will be axis. So for axis, you'll use this thin chain, which was type G. If you refer to your first lecture, it is classified as type G. So there is no hard and fast rule for naming this, but we have used letter G to denote in the first lecture. So that is what I am referring here. Okay, it is not, you will not say that it is type G only. You could have different table, you could have different names. Okay, but the proper name is, it is a thin chain. Okay, one dash and one dot. This is called chain, which is used for labeling axis. And similarly, for hidden edges, we'll use dashed line, thin dashed line. Okay, we'll come to that. First, let us finish this. So with the given information, I will make the top view a square with 40 mm edge. Now, let's just start projecting it. Okay, and from that, I have to make a triangle basically. Front view, you will see a triangle. So it will be a triangle. You know the height. You know where this edge is meeting here. So from here, you will just sorry. So you will have these points. Okay, and then from here you draw the given height 60. You get the you get the vertex O dash. From O dash you can join. These will be solid lines. So you get a front view. You have the top view, so you have calculated the orthographic projection. So this is the simplest case where your side of the base is parallel to vertical plane. Now what about the side is inclined at 30 degree? So same way, only one difference is that instead of making this parallel, you will make it inclined at some angle. Okay, whatever the given angle is, 30 degree in this case. So you make any side, take any side, make it at 30 degree and make a square, make the diagonals, that's it. Now you start projecting all the points from here. Okay, you'll project this is the center, this is this edge and this edge. Now you take the outermost edges because see it is if you imagine this is like a when you talked about plane, so the plane if it is at some angle, the height will be the length of the plane was looking different. Similarly, it is at some angle, so all of this will be projected, and from the center you take this axis O dash, make it at 60 mm given height, and then connect it with the outermost projections. Okay, this corresponds to your, for example, here you this is the height and connect it to outermost projections. Now if I project this point B, so this will be here, so this is one side, this is another side. Now what about this point? This will be lying behind, right? If you imagine when you're looking from the front, you're looking up to here. These things you are visible to you up to this diagonal is visible to you. You cannot look what is behind that, right? So that will be hidden. That will be shown by this dashed line. So this edge is basically hidden. OD edge is hidden. That is being shown here. And the center one is the axis. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In a similar way, if I get another question which says that all the sides of base are equally inclined to the VP. So it basically means that it is inclined at 45 degree. So instead of 30, I will draw at 45 degree. I will take the projections and then I will make a triangle. Now one interesting thing here is that here we see the hidden edge. Here we are not seeing that. And here we don't even see the axis. Can anyone tell me why axis is not shown here?
Coinciding.
Correct. So axis will be hidden behind this. So you will see this edge first. If you are an observer in the front view, you will see this edge. This will cover the axis. This will also cover this hidden edge. So you don't need to draw axis here. Whereas when you are looking at the side, so their axis will be visible, here axis will be visible. Okay. So this was example where your axis is perpendicular to VP. Basically, you can imagine that a solid is standing upright on your floor and you are projecting it on your floor and a wall. That's how you can imagine. Now these steps are given which we have already discussed. So while drawing, if you need any help, you can refer to these steps. Okay, now another possibility could be that axis is perpendicular to VP. Okay, in this slide we talked about axis perpendicular to HP. Now let us look at axis which is perpendicular to vertical plane. Okay, Now what will happen? Basically the reverse thing. Here we are making the polygon in the top view. Now we'll make the polygon in the front view. Okay, basically it is resting in this direction, in this way. So let us take examples. So first it could be regular. So in all the problem sheets, generally you will get a regular faced polygon. Okay, so you are clear with how to make a regular faced polygon. Okay, so that part I'm not repeating. That we have covered in the first lecture, how to make a regular polygon. And please follow those steps. Don't just make approximately. Follow the proper steps how to make a regular polygon. That is important. Okay, if your polygon is not regular, then you will see some issues with the projection. So better make it properly and nicely. Then you will have projections done in order. So let us start with the first example. Regular face parallel to and 15 mm above the horizontal plane. So when this is parallel to, so basically this is given. This is parallel to HP and it is 15 mm above the HP. So you draw this, first draw this edge, make a pentagon out of it using that edge. Now from that pentagon, take the projector lines, like meet it to the XY axis, XY line. Okay, all the projector lines are meeting this XY line, which is meeting at ABCD, whatever the polygon we have drawn. Now the axis is basically perpendicular to VP, so it is parallel to HP. This is the axis. E5 is the axis. Also note down how we are doing the naming. Okay, so if you have a what do you say? If you have a pyramid or a prism, so one side will be ABCD and one side will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correspondingly. And then how to put dash and double dash, that you are anyway clear with. So once we have made this polygon, we'll take the projectors to XY axis, and in the XY axis, then we know it is a right pyramid. Sorry, right prism. So this axis will be perpendicular to the base, and the height is given. Height should be given. Axis is 60 mm. So from here, draw 60 mm. You have 0.5. Draw a straight line and take projections from D2 4, A2 1, and like that. So here again, because this edge is shown here, that covers the axis. So axis is not shown here, and these two edges will be hidden. Yes. So these two edges will be hidden. That will be shown as hidden lines. Okay, there is one problem with this. I think this is drawn in third angle projection, but we are talking about first angle projection, right? So these lines will be solid. Let me make a correction. You people understood what I am talking about here or not?
Didn't understood, sir.
Okay, let me finish it. So if you are looking at third angle projection, so basically you are looking from that side, and these two sides will be shown hidden. Okay, in first angle projection, let me just mask it. Okay, so let me go to the first slide when we talk about just hold on a second. I will open the previous slide. So I will discuss once more about first angle and third angle. then this should be clear. So, are you able to see the slide for this first angle and third angle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, this is something important. So, that's why I have opened it again. So, let me go to this views. So, this was first angle projection. Okay, we are looking at the top, but we are drawing in the bottom. Okay, we are looking at the front, but we are drawing behind it. For third angle, if we are looking at the top, we are drawing on the top. Understood? So that is why we have these symbols. Okay, so for first angle projection, okay, what we are concerned with mostly for this course will be limited to first angle projection unless otherwise stated. If your question does not says anything, then you draw in first angle. If specifically it is mentioned to draw in third angle, then you go for third angle. Is it clear? Okay. Now let us focus a bit about first angle projection. So what do we do here? Here this is the object, okay, and observer is, let us say it is looking at the object, but the projection is made on a plane behind it. Okay, so for example here I am looking from this side. Okay, let me draw it again. So I am looking at this side, but the projection plane is in between, behind that, behind this object. You can see this. This is the object. I am looking from here. So whatever I am looking, that I need to draw. Okay. So your how it looks from this side, what you will see two circles, right? Both circles will be visible to you and it will not be hidden if you're looking from this side. So you draw that view on right side. This is actually left side view, right? From left side you're looking, but you're drawing that in right of that front view. You are getting what I'm saying? Because I am looking from this side,
Yes,
but the projection plane is behind the object. Okay, so this view I am making it here in the right side. This is basically the left hand. LHSV stands for left hand side view. So I'm looking from the left side, but I'm drawing on the right side. Is this clear?
yes,
I'm looking from here, but I'm drawing here. So similarly, if I just want to revise this once more because this is very important, and especially in the coming chapters when you will talk more about solid projection, this should be very clear to you. Okay, so first angle, let us just quickly revise this again. So what is the difference between first angle and third angle projection? So our object is kept in first quadrant. Let us first talk about first angle. So in first angle projection, object is kept in the first quadrant. Okay, object lies between observer and the plane of projection. This is a very important line. So you, as I said, you are looking from the right side, but you're drawing in the left. You're looking from the left side view, but you're drawing on the right of this. Okay. So projection plane is assumed to be non-transparent. You are making a shadow on that plane, basically, sort of. So plan comes below the elevation, and this is anyway. So this is the BIS standard. And what about third angle? So third angle projection, in this type of projection, we assume that object is kept in third quadrant. Plane of projection between the observer and the object. So this is the key difference. As you can see here, that plane of projection is between. So if I am looking from the left side, left hand side view, I will draw in the left side. If I am looking from the right side, I will draw it here. Whereas here, if I am looking from the right side, I will draw it on the left side. That is a bit confusing, but just be very careful. If anyone wants, I can repeat it. Is it clear? What is first angle and what is third angle?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir, but when we draw the projection of line also or plane, so then we see from the top and from the front. That was also front view projection. But if we do the same thing in the previous slide, so the projection will become same. Like in the first angle projection, if we see from the top and if we see from the right side of this plane, then the projection will be same of.
Sorry, please repeat your question.
So like when we draw the projection of planes in previous class, so we see that plane from right side, then on the VP we get its projection, and and then we see from the top, then on the HP we get its projection. If we do the same thing in this case, then the both projection will become same.
Yes. See, for plane it is not. See, the angle of projection becomes important when talking about solid. Plane anyway is two-dimensional, so that does not have much difference from where you look. Okay, basically plane will not have any hidden edges sort of. If it is a plane, for example, if it is a square, it will look like a square whether you look from left or right. So for plane it is not, that's why I'm repeating it today. For plane it is not much important, but when you're talking about solid, okay, for solids it becomes very important because it matters whether you're looking from the left or you're looking from the right. So if, for example, if you're looking from the right, this edge, this circle will become hidden, right?
Yes, sir.
So that sort of issue is not there in plane or line. But now, because we are talking about solids, so we will see that if you are looking from this side, this will become hidden. Is this clear to everyone? I want to spend some time here because this is a very fundamental concept. If you're not clear, please tell me. Or anyway, after today's class, I will strongly suggest that go back and revise this slide. Okay, these 3-4 slides, how to make projection in first angle and third angle, because this forms the fundamental basis what you are going to do for the next of this course. From next class onwards, you will be talking about different orientations of solid and different what do you say, section of solid and all that. But this is of fundamental importance. How do you project in first angle or third angle? That has to be absolutely clear with everyone. Otherwise, you will make mistakes. Okay. So I am assuming you all are clear now. Now let us go back to the slide that we are discussing. Let me share that slide. Okay. Now we are back to this slide. Now, if we are drawing it here, okay, let me remove this. Okay, now look at this first example. Okay, so let us say that we have a plane which is sorry, let us say we have a right solid per what was this? So this is a prism, right? So let us say we have a prism, pentagonal prism, which is lying on the ground with the axis perpendicular to the vertical plane. Okay, so this is how it is lying. Now, when for this view, if I make a view like this, whether I'm looking from the top or I'm looking from the bottom. Okay, let me make arrows. So this is the, let us say, the front view. Now I want to make the top view. So whether I am looking from this side or that side, to make this particular view, to make this line hidden, where I should be looking, where the observer is sitting, on the bottom or on the top?
Top, sir.
Top. So that is what we draw in this first angle projection. So the observer is on the top, and that's why we are drawing in this fashion. So this dotted line is correct then. So what we see is, if I am looking from the top, then it means that these lines, these 2 points are visible to me, right? And this will shadow this. This will basically hide this. So this will be shown as hidden line. There are edges, but these are hidden. These are the edges. Is it clear to everyone? I will repeat once
Yes,
more.
sir.
Okay, so let us say we have a prism like this. This is very important. Once you are clear, then rest of the lecture is just a cakewalk. So please pay attention. So what I am saying is, I have a prism lying like this. I have an observer who is sitting on the top, who is observing from the top. So from the top, I can see this point. I can see this point. I can also see this point, right? What I cannot see, this point I cannot see, this point I cannot see, right? So from the top, if I draw projections, I will draw these 3 lines as solid. This is what I can see, and these two points are basically the edge of that line, edge of that side. So these 2 points I cannot see. These 2 need to be in hidden. So for hidden, you need to draw dashed line. Okay, so this is how you will draw a projection of a solid which is lying, axis is perpendicular to VP. I think similar example was also, yeah, here also we're looking from the front. Fine. I hope this is clear with everyone. Now let us move forward. So this was about the first case where the one face is parallel to horizontal plane. This face is parallel. Now this face could also be one face, let us say, is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So we'll draw one face, like it could be any face, right? It is a regular polygon. So any face I can take. So I take this face which is perpendicular to HP and I make a regular polygon. Then I take the projections for different points and also for the center. This is the central point. So I take the projection and make an axis here. And if I'm looking from the top, so these are the sides which are visible, and the hidden side will go behind this. So that dotted line is not visible here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how to find center in polygon?
When you draw that, you will have to mark that center, right? Or if you remember the procedure, I told you to draw that polygon. First class.
So that protractor wala method.
Protector, it will be a little tricky, but do one thing, just follow that protector. Also, what you can do is, you can see, if you follow that, you will anyway get the center. Otherwise, what you can do is, let me tell you one shortcut. So what you can do is, you have this angle, right? You know how to bisect the angle. So bisect the angle using protector also. Bisect one more angle. So they will meet at the center basically.
Okay, sir.
Okay, otherwise if you are using the proper method, then you will get the center in while constructing. So yes, I will repeat that. please be make this properly. If your polygon is not regular, then the projection will not be the same. Okay, so please be careful while making that polygon. Okay, let us take the last example here. So the face is inclined at some angle to the horizontal plane, let us say 45 degree. So I'll draw one face. I could take any face which is at 45 degree to the horizontal plane. From this edge I know the this length, so using that I'll make a regular polygon, and then I will start taking projectors. So all the projectors will come up to XY. So this side is visible, this side is also visible, this side is visible, and this side is visible. What is hidden is this side. This side will be at the back, so this is hidden. So that I'll draw using dotted line. Axis will be shown using this axis line, dash and dot. Okay, so these are the different orientations when you have axis perpendicular to the vertical plane. So the steps are given, what we have already discussed. If you face any difficulty, you can just go through them. Now, another interesting case is where your axis is parallel to both horizontal and vertical. Okay, let us say this is lying in this position. So what you do is, first, let me go through the steps. So first you draw the pentagon in a side view. Okay, take a side plane like this. So this is your vertical and horizontal planes. Make one side view. Okay, in side view make a regular polygon with the given instructions. So side is generally the side is given, and one side is parallel to the horizontal plane. Okay, so make a polygon like this. Now from that polygons, from these corners, project these corners to obtain the front view. Okay, so you can project these points. You know the length of this, right? This is a right polygon, so this is coming, this axis will be at a 90 degree angle. This length is given, so you know the projections. Make this projection, make this length, so you will have a front view. Okay, it is basically a polygon, but from the front view it is looking like a rectangle, and this, what is visible is this edge will be visible, so that you mark here. Okay, now we are looking from the here. So this edge is visible, the hidden edge is just behind it, so that is coinciding with that. And here you see the axis of this pyramid prism. Now next step will be, I'll project it in the top view. So similarly, now take projections and let it meet on XY axis. Now I want to transfer from here to this plane. So what I'll do is, I will take a compass, put the center here, mark a radius of this size and draw an arc. Similarly, take a compass, the center will be fixed here, make another arc, take this as a radius, mark another point, take another radius, mark another point. Likewise, basically what we are doing is, we are projecting this line on this line. Okay, now from here make parallel projectors and make this top view. In the top view again, we are this E, C and D, these edges are visible, and this A1, B2, these are hidden. So that is how you will draw. So just see, the examples that we take for solid are quite simple, but only thing you have to be careful about is which edges will be hidden and which edges are shown in the view. So for that you need to refer to what exactly is first angle projection, and then it will be clear. If you are clear with the fundamental of first angle projection, then it is quite straightforward. But just be careful while drawing this. Okay, a lot of students do that mistake. Moving on. Now let us make it little tricky. So till now we are talking about simple cases where the axis is parallel to HP or parallel to VP. Now let us say that this axis is inclined both to horizontal as well as vertical plane. So basically your cylinder is lying at an angle with both. So what do? First, if you remember similar cases, similar examples we had for solid, for plane. Now similar thing, similar way we have to proceed for the solid. So let us go through the steps. So we'll do it in two stages. First stage is this one. So for the first stage, I will assume this one side to be perpendicular to XY. Okay, it is at an angle, but let us say this is assuming it is perpendicular, and we'll make the top view. Okay, project all the corners and represent the front view. So first you make the top view. Top view is this. Project all the corners and make the front view. Now this front view, this will be taken care in second stage. In the second stage, take this, measure all the sides and incline it at an angle 45 degree. Okay, same exactly. Imagine that you are just lifting this and putting it at some angle. Okay, so using this you can make this view, and bring the projectors down. Now from here, it is, if you remember, we covered a very similar case for a, I think, hexagon, that it is at some inclined angle. So in the same way, we'll take projectors from this top view to the right, and we'll take projectors down, and where they are meeting, we'll join and form this top view. And again, be careful where we need to show hidden lines and edges. Fine. So this is one orientation where your axis is inclined to both horizontal as well as vertical plane. Okay. Similarly, you can also draw for another case where your axis is inclined to both. Basically, it is lying earlier. We made this. We see the pentagon in the polygon in the front top view. Now, exactly same case. The difference is we are seeing the polygon in the front view. That's all. So again, follow the same steps. Make this, make the front view, then make this, and then take the make the front view. Using that, make the top view. Take this top view and tilt it with some angle. What is given is 30 degree. Tilt it with 30 degree. Take the projectors up. Take the projectors from the left side, from this figure, and form a final image. So this is the final answer. How your this is the front view for the final projection. So this is assuming it to be parallel, but this is the proper figure. Okay, same thing, exactly same thing what we have done for plane. We assume plane to be parallel to some of the given plane, and then we incline. Same way we are doing it for both the planes. Okay, and it becomes a solid, inclined solid. So these steps are given, and one last example where there is some inclination and one element is in the VP. Okay. So again, then now you have to take two steps. If it is heavily, it is inclined to both the planes. Okay. Go through this. So first, you have to do that in three stages. First stage, second stage, third stage. Okay, first stage, you assume that CD is perpendicular to XY, which is not true, but this is our initial assumption. Based on that, what we'll start our drawing. Okay, and you draw the top view. Basically, this top view. Make the top. This is the front view. Make the top view, and from the top view, make the front view. Okay, obtain as front view. Is it clear? First, you assume that this is actually at some angle, but I assume that this is perpendicular to this plane, axis is perpendicular to this vertical plane. I make the front view, I make the top view. Now I will do one inclination at a time. So first, in the second stage, I will redraw the front view at some angle. Okay. So front view, now you know very well how to incline a pentagon or any polygon. That is exactly what we have covered in the last class. So here the difference is that you have to make two polygons. Okay. So incline, first you make this. Take this front view, lift it from here and make exactly the same size and shape, but inclined at an angle 30 degree. Okay, now you make this pentagon, you make an inclined plane out of that and using this projection. So you use this projection and join it from the left side, and then you get one plane at this angle and then another plane. And joining all these planes, you will get a solid which is inclined. Okay, now this is also inclined. So this is the first case where the axis is inclined 30 degree to the VP that we have considered. Now we need to make edge of its base in the VP and inclined at 45 degree to the HP. Okay, so this is, we have taken care of that 30 degree angle. Now let us talk about 45 degree. So what we'll do is we'll take this figure, okay, which is the last one that we have produced in the second stage. Now take this figure as it is, just lift it and place it in such a way that this side makes an angle 45 degree. Sorry, not this side, this side. This D dash, C dash makes an angle 45 degree with the horizontal plane. Okay, so if you read this question carefully, two angles are given, 45 degree to the HP and inclined at 30 degree to the VP. So this is what we took first. This is inclined at 30 degree to the VP. Now this view, we are taking this view and making it inclined at an angle 45 degree in the front view. And then from the front view, draw the projectors and take projectors from the left side. Then you finally get this top view for the given condition. Similarly, in your practice sheet, you have one square which is inclined in this fashion. So just go through these steps, follow this. You have to basically make 3 stages. First stage, second stage and third stage. Okay, this is what we have discussed so far. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this class, and thank you everyone. If you have any questions, then we can discuss it. Let me just stop the recording first.